It's time for Herb of the Week with LadySpeech. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite pirate captain. It's your favorite goddess king. It's your favorite hood healer, high priestess, motivational dominatrix. LadySpeech is the place to be, and I want to welcome you back to my channel. You could be anywhere in the world. As a matter of fact, you are somewhere in the world, and you're choosing to share a little bit of time and space with me. So thank you for that. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you're feeling any of this, if you're feeling any of me, make sure you hit that like button, baby. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, darling. And make sure you hit that notifications bell. Notifications bell. Notifications. So you can keep up with everything I'm putting down over here. Now, let's get into today's Herb of the Week with LadySpeech. Shall we? Now, you know how we do. Over here at Herb of the Week with LadySpeech, it's all about introducing you to a lovely herb. We're going to talk about it today. We're going to get into it, all right? We're going to cover the basics. We're going to cover the foundational information of this here herb, okay? We're going to talk about some deities associated with, okay? We're going to talk about an element it is connected to, okay? We're going to talk about the gender that it is connected to, all right? We're going to get into its magical uses and all that good stuff. Do you hear me though? Okay, but this right here, let this video serve as a jump off. Let it serve as a diving board. Go do your own research. Go do your own research, baby. Utilize your library. Utilize Google. Utilize your bookstores, darling. Go talk to a certified herbalist. Don't stop here. As a matter of fact, let it start here. All right. Do your research. Do your research. Now, I want to remind you that I am not the only expert here. So are you. You let me know if I haven't mentioned a fun fact about this here herb that you happen to know. Put it in the comments, baby, so we can all learn a little something now. Let's take a deep dive. Let's hop all the way in and explore the magical world of rue. Back to basics. Let's talk about the gender, the planet, and the element of rue. Rue is considered masculine, so this is going to be a really good herb to use if you're working with more masculine energies. And there's lots of ways you can work with the divine masculine. The element that rue is associated with is fire. So if you're doing some fire magic, considering adding rue. And last but not least, the planet that rules rue is Mars. One of the things that I love and appreciate about rue is the fact that it has been used in magical and medicinal purposes for a very long time. There's many cultures, there's more than a few that reference the use of the herb rue in medical procedures as well as in magical procedures. With that being said, since it's been known by so many people, you gotta know that it goes by more than one name. Some of the names rue is known by is mother of herbs. It's also known by ruta. This is how I got to know rue. It's called garden rue by some, and some of you know it as the herb of grace. Some of you know it as herby grass, and yet some people call it the herb of repentance. I like doing these videos because I end up learning more and more about these herbs that I already had a relationship with, and I had no idea that all these names were associated with this here plant. Some of the deities that are associated with this lovely herb are Mars, Mercury, Horus, Diana, and Aridia, to name a few. So what are some of the powers associated with this wonderful herb? First and foremost, protection, protection, protection. Rue is a powerful herb that has been used to protect a lot of people for a very long time. So if you're doing some type of protection working, some type of protection spell, some type of protection magic, consider adding rue to the equation, okay? Can we talk about the fact that it is often used to enhance mental powers, darling? So if you're looking to enhance your clairvoyance or your psychic powers, rue may be for you, baby. Now, an old school practitioner, if you go to them for love working, they may add a little bit of rue to the situation, okay? This has been known to aid in love. Now, earlier, I talked about protection, okay? I talked about protection. One of the things that this herb is good with is exorcisms, darling. Now, as someone who has extracted and kicked out many a spirit from a person and from a building, I can tell you that rue, rue is your friend. Speaking of powers, exorcism and protection and things, rue is good to use if you're breaking hexes and curses. Has someone thrown at you? Is someone doing a little left hand work on you? Do you need to uncross and cleanse? Do you need to block a hater magically? Well, then consider adding rue to your arsenal, baby. This right here is part of tried and true formulas that help folks break curses, that help folks break hexes, that help protect people from the left-hand work of others. So how do you use it? What can you do with it? How do you use it? What can you do with it? Well, back in the day, folks like to wear it, literally wear it. Throw it on your belt, weave a little bit of a sprig of it into your outfit, literally just wearing it to use it as a protective living plant amulet, if you will, okay? So feel free to wear it. Feel free to wear it, feel free to wear it. Feel free to wear it, feel free to wear it. Now, you can do other things with it. Hang it up in sachets around your house. Put it in sachets and carry it. However, I do want to warn you, that can be irritating to some people, okay? Rue is considered a toxin, all right? In a lot of cases, all right? So be careful with that. If you're going to wear it, it has often been worn outside of the clothes, okay? So back in the day, they would tie it around the waist and walk around with it like that, all right? If you're going to put it in a sachet and put that in, wear that sachet or put that in a pocket, make sure you've got some barrier between you and that sachet, okay? I mean some barrier between your skin and that sachet, just in case you happen to be a little sensitive. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Some folks have burned this as incense, okay? As part of an incense blend to help protect, or help to exorcise the demons from the space. Okay, some folks have put it in mojo bags, baby, and used that to carry around their house, okay? People have used it in candle work. I mean, literally sprinkling their candle with a little bit of it with some prayers and some oil. Speaking of oil, have you ever used rue oil? You can infuse it in oil and use that oil in your workings. There's a lot of ways to connect and use this here herb. One of my favorite ways to use rue is in cleansing rituals. I oftentimes will throw some rue in a nice little protective spiritual bath, and that right there does a whole lot. Add a little basil to the equation and you've got you a very simple yet very potent spiritual bath. Another thing that you can do, this form of rue right here is all nice and cut up, okay? But if you happen to grow rue or can get your hands on it when it's in the sprig, okay, blessing some water, dipping that sprig of rue in water and using that to disperse the water across a room, across a place, across a person is going to help in cleansing rituals, okay? Now, I know white sage is a lot of y'all's go-to, and we've had several conversations on this here page about the fact that y'all need to quit using all that white sage. It's part of a close practice. There's many ways to cleanse a space. And if you are not part of that closed practice, I suggest you find your ways of cleansing that space, okay? And here is some free game. One of the ways that you can cleanse your space is by using rue, all right? If you want to take it a step further, make you some rue water, all right? In my tradition, in the hoodoo and conjure traditions, and also in other traditions, the use of conjure waters, or the use of magical waters, or Florida waters is very prevalent, okay? So if you're making yourself a protective, cleansing water, if you're making yourself a hex-breaking, curse-breaking water, even if you're making yourself a love-based water, consider adding rue to the equation. Before I move on to this next aspect of the video, I want to mention this. Always, always, always consult a certified herbalist before you start consuming toxic or poisonous herbs, okay? A lot of these things, if consumed in the wrong dosages or if it interacts with the wrong thing, can end up being very, very fatal, all right? With that being said, earlier in the video, I mentioned the fact that rue is toxic, okay? Now, just because it's toxic doesn't mean it hasn't been consumed, all right? Rue has been consumed for several reasons. And all of those reasons have to do with getting rid of unwanted energy. Do your own research and consult with certified herbalists before you consume things that could put you in the hospital. So where can you find it? You're gonna find the most success in going to places that deal with magic and the occult. Because of the nature of this herb, you are more than likely not gonna find it in your run-of-the-mill grocery stores. Now, you may have luck in an international grocery store. You may have luck in an off-brand grocery store, but you are more than likely gonna find this in an apothecary or in a space that deals with the occult, okay? Now, you already know what I'm gonna always say. Support small and support local first, okay? Call around to your local magic shops. See if they have it. If they don't have it within your city, check another city. I know a lot of the magic stores are starting to ship nationwide. So check that first. And then if your only option is to go to one of the big dealers and the big names, do it. Do what you gotta do, but make sure you try to shop small first. Rue is an herb that sometimes you gotta go looking for. And also rue is an herb that sometimes goes missing. If I were you and you real serious about your stuff, go ahead and consider planting it. It does well in gardens. And speaking of gardens, some people say if you plant rue in your garden, it will protect your garden from all manner of things. And that's that on healing and hex breaking. And that's that on protection and exorcism. And that's that on the lovely and the magical properties of rue. If you made it to the end of this video, gold star for you. I want to thank you for your time and attention. For that, my friend, is valuable currency. Thank you for spending a little bit of that on me. Let me know in the comments if this video was beneficial to you, if you learned something. Also, let us know in the comments if you know a fun fact about rue that I didn't mention in this here video. We've all got something to contribute here. Just because I broke it down don't mean you ain't got something to add, baby. Also, let me know in the comments what's your favorite way to use it. What's your favorite way to use it? What's your favorite way to use it? I'm gonna be 1000% honest with you. Protection, protection, protection. I really, really love it. I love it. I love it. Spiritual baths, favorite way to use it. Spiritual baths, favorite way to use it. 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 In doing research for this video, I discovered how much people wore it. I've never worn it. I love the way it looks. For a long time, I've actually seen Rue and worked with Rue in this form. It wasn't until someone special in 2020 sent me some Rue from their garden, and I got these long sprigs that I saw how beautiful the plant was and fell in love all over again, okay? So I'm definitely gonna consider wearing it. Let me know in the comments how you have or how you will use Rue. All right, y'all, I don't want to take up all your time. I just want to take up a little bit of your time, and I accomplished that. So now it's time to say goodbye, okay? You have yourself a good morning, a good evening, a good afternoon, a good night, a good middle of the night, a good whenever you encountered this, okay? And just in case nobody has told you today, you are valuable. Simply because you exist, you ain't gotta qualify it, you ain't gotta earn it, you're just freaking valuable. We are so lucky to have you on this here planet, baby, because you do nothing but make this place a better place. All right, y'all, you know the drill. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you're feeling any of this, if you're feeling any of me, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notifications bell so you can keep up with everything I'm putting down over here. Because it's randomness, and you want to keep up with it, baby. All right. God, Goddess, Creator, Lawa, Orisha, Spirit, Animal, Allies, willing, Guardian Angels, willing, everybody on my spiritual team, willing. I'm going to see you in the next video. Mwah! I love you. I live you. Peace.